Opening scene, the story begins with a pulse-pounding moment. A lone human soldier, Bonner, is navigating through a barren, desolate world. His mission is simple: gather intel on an abandoned alien facility. The air is thick with silence, only broken by the crunch of his boots on the cracked ground. There's a sense of unease, an unnatural stillness that seems to cling to the landscape. The horizon is barely visible, shrouded in a heavy fog, and the atmosphere is thick with tension. Bonner checks his equipment one last time. Everything seems normal, but the hairs on the back of his neck stand up. He senses that something's wrong, but he can't quite place it. Suddenly, a flicker in the air distorts his vision. A strange, almost imperceptible shimmer ripples across the landscape. Before he can react, a loud hum fills the air, and the ground beneath him trembles. His surroundings blur, and in an instant, the world goes black. The last thing he hears is a low mechanical whine before everything goes quiet. Bonner's world fades to darkness, and the screen cuts to black, leaving the audience in complete suspense. Where is he? What just happened? The tension in the air is palpable, and the viewers are left wondering what awaits him next. The alien hunters, high above the planet's surface, hidden in the shadows of an advanced, cloaked spaceship, the alien hunters observe. They belong to a race known as the Zyver, a species with technology far beyond anything humanity could dream of. Their culture has long prided itself on being the superior race in the galaxy. Over the years, they've hunted countless beings from different worlds, using them as sport, testing their strength, intelligence, and endurance for amusement. The Zyver treat other species as mere playthings, believing that their advanced technology and superior abilities give them the right to dominate and control. They enjoy the thrill of the hunt, watching helpless creatures struggle to survive, only to be overwhelmed by their superior force. To them, Bonner is just another trophy, a means of entertainment. They are cold, calculating, and utterly ruthless in their pursuit of victory. From their hidden observation post, the Zyver see the human soldier being taken. Their leader, a towering figure with gleaming red eyes, gives a sinister smile. "This one will be no different from the others," he says in a voice laced with arrogance. "Prepare the arena." The Zyver's advanced technology and cloaking devices are put to work, carefully whisking Bonner away from his mission. In seconds, he's transported into a completely different environment. The audience remains in suspense, wondering if Bonner will survive whatever the Zyver have planned for him. Humans as weaklings, Bonner wakes up with a sharp headache. He blinks, trying to adjust his vision, but his surroundings are completely alien. He's inside a massive, high-tech arena, surrounded by steel walls that stretch endlessly upwards. The air is thick, and the temperature is too cold, but he can hear mechanical whirs and the distant hum of robotic machinery. Confusion sets in. Where is he? What's happening? He tries to move but quickly realizes he's been stripped of all his weapons and technology. His backpack is gone. His communicator is nowhere to be found. Panic begins to rise, but he forces it down. Bonner is a soldier, trained to survive under extreme conditions. He takes slow, steady breaths, forcing his mind to focus. Whatever is happening, he has to stay calm. He scans his environment, observing every detail. Steel walls. Bright lights overhead. Unfamiliar symbols on the floor. It's clear that this place isn't meant for human habitation. His heart races when he hears the sound of heavy footsteps. Suddenly, a massive, mechanical creature steps into view. It towers over him, with glowing red eyes and sharp metal claws that scrape the ground as it moves. The beast growls, releasing a cloud of steam from its nostrils, and it looks down at Bonner like he's nothing more than an insect to be crushed underfoot. The creature's movements are smooth and calculated, powered by the most advanced alien technology. It's an AI-controlled killing machine, designed for one purpose: to hunt and destroy. Bonner doesn't move. His training kicks in. Instead of panicking, he quickly analyzes the situation. The creature is massive, but it's not invincible. It has weaknesses. He knows how to deal with threats like this, even with nothing but his wits and the environment around him. His mind races, trying to come up with a plan. He looks for anything he can use, anything to his advantage. As the creature closes in, Bonner ducks under its massive claws, narrowly avoiding a strike. His eyes dart around, searching for a way out. The arena feels like a trap, but Bonner refuses to give up. He might be outgunned, outnumbered, and unarmed, but he's not defeated. Not yet. Building suspense, the creature roars in frustration as Bonner dodges another blow. The tension grows as Bonner leads the mechanical beast into a narrow section of the arena. He knows he can't defeat it head-on, but he can outsmart it. He uses his knowledge of terrain and military tactics, staying just one step ahead. The creature's movements become erratic as it struggles to reach him. Bonner watches, waiting for the right moment. He spots a weak spot, a small gap in the creature's armor, just under its left shoulder. Bonner's eyes flash with determination. He can do this. He has to. With a quick move, he rolls out of the way and finds a jagged rock embedded in the floor. He throws it with all his strength, hitting the creature's weak point. The creature staggers, giving Bonner a split second to act. He grabs a piece of alien tech from the floor and uses it to disable the creature's targeting system. For a moment, the creature pauses, its red eyes blinking out as it powers down. Bonner takes a breath, sweat beading on his forehead. His heart is pounding, but he's done it. He survived the first trial. But as the mechanical creature collapses, another set of glowing eyes appears in the shadows. The real challenge is just beginning. The aliens watching from above are no longer sure of their superiority. The hunt is far from over, and now, the human has become a problem they never expected. The suspense builds as the audience is left wondering, will Bonner continue to outsmart these invincible hunters, or will he become their next prey? The alien game. Bonner opens his eyes to find himself in a completely different environment. The ground beneath him feels soft yet strange, almost like it's alive. The air is thick with a faint metallic taste, and the sky overhead is a dull, unnerving shade of red. He can see towering walls of steel surrounding him, each one covered in strange alien symbols that he doesn't understand. The arena is massive, with uneven terrain, sharp cliffs, and deep pits. In the distance, he spots towering figures moving, robotic and alien creatures that patrol the area. Bonner knows immediately that this is no ordinary battlefield. He's been placed in an arena, a deadly game where survival is uncertain. Unseen eyes watch him from the shadows. The Zyver, the aliens who captured him, are observing the arena from their hidden location, and they are eager for the hunt to begin. The Zyver see themselves as the dominant species, and they've turned hunting into a sport. They believe that every living being in the universe is simply another challenge to overcome. As they watch Bonner, they're confident he'll be like the others, a helpless prey who will fail and become another trophy for their collection. They've done this countless times before, and this human is no different. They're sure of it. They control the arena with drones, advanced AI systems, and deadly robots that follow their commands without question. The Zyver leader smiles as the game begins. This one will fall as easily as the others, he says, watching through the surveillance systems. But what they don't know is that Bonner is no ordinary human. He's a trained soldier, and he won't go down without a fight. First blood, the first creature appears from the shadows with a growl. It's massive, easily 3 times the size of Bonner, and has multiple limbs, each ending in sharp, talon-like claws. Its skin is covered in thick, scaly armor that looks nearly impenetrable. The creature sniffs the air, and its glowing yellow eyes lock onto Bonner. It's a hunting machine, built to track and kill. The air crackles with tension as it charges toward him. Bonner doesn't run. He's learned from countless battles that running only makes you a target. Instead, he takes a deep breath and assesses his surroundings. He's in the open, with nowhere to hide. The beast is faster than he anticipated, and it's closing in quickly. He can hear the rhythmic pounding of its massive legs as it stomps toward him, but instead of panicking, Bonner's mind sharpens. His military training kicks in. Bonner rolls to the side at the last second, narrowly avoiding the creature's claws. The beast roars in frustration, swinging its massive limbs in an attempt to crush him. Bonner uses the creature's momentum against it, ducking low and striking at its legs. His blow is just enough to cause the creature to trip, but not enough to stop it. The Zyver watch with growing interest as Bonner refuses to back down. They had assumed he would panic and make mistakes. Instead, he's showing resourcefulness and survival instincts they didn't expect. Bonner's calmness in the face of danger shocks them. Human ingenuity. As Bonner dodges another strike, he realizes that brute force won't be enough to defeat the creature. It's too powerful and too fast. He needs to think smarter, not harder. He notices a nearby rock formation that could serve as a weapon. He moves toward it, using his surroundings to his advantage. The creature follows him, getting more aggressive, but Bonner is one step ahead. Bonner reaches the rocks and begins to dismantle parts of the environment. With quick hands, he rigs a trap. He sets up a series of large boulders above the creature's path, careful not to alert the beast to his plan. As the creature charges forward again, Bonner lures it into position. At the last second, he yanks on a lever hidden beneath a pile of rocks, sending a barrage of heavy stones crashing down on the creature. It's a makeshift weapon, but it works. The creature roars in pain as the rocks slam into it, momentarily disabling its movements. Bonner takes advantage of the brief pause and uses his surroundings to escape. He's outwitted the creature, and for a moment, he can hear the frustrated murmurs of the Zyver hunters, who are growing increasingly unsure of the outcome. The more Bonner faces these challenges, the more the Zyver realize he's not like the others they've hunted. He's intelligent, resourceful, and incredibly difficult to predict. Every move he makes seems to surprise them, and the arena is no longer a place for them to control him easily. Suspenseful moment, the arena shifts again, and the next challenge arrives. This time, the Zyver have brought in one of their most dangerous hunters, a deadly, cloaked alien who can blend into its surroundings and strike with pinpoint accuracy. The hunter moves silently, its movements like a ghost. Bonner doesn't see it coming at first. He's walking across a narrow bridge when he feels the air change, as if something is wrong. He spins around, but it's too late. The alien hunter has already drawn a blade, its sharp edge gleaming in the dim light. The suspense builds as Bonner feels the hunter's presence closing in on him. He's alone, surrounded by nothing but the sound of his own heartbeat and the faint hum of the arena's technology. The alien hunter steps into view, a dark figure moving like a shadow. Bonner knows he's in grave danger, but he refuses to back down. The alien raises its weapon, aiming for Bonner's chest. But Bonner reacts quickly. He grabs a piece of debris from the ground, using it as a makeshift shield. At the same time, he pulls out a small cloaking device he managed to steal from one of the previous challenges. With a flick of a switch, he vanishes from sight, blending into the environment. The alien hunter stops, confused. It spins around, its eyes scanning the area, but Bonner is now invisible. For a few heart-stopping seconds, the alien is completely unaware of Bonner's position. Bonner uses this moment to his advantage, moving silently and setting a trap. When the alien finally spots him again, it's too late. Bonner launches a counterattack, taking the hunter by surprise and disarming it. The Zyver are stunned. They never expected the human to be able to use their own technology against them, let alone turn the tables so quickly. This moment of triumph for Bonner sends a shockwave through the arena. The suspense reaches its peak as the audience wonders, what else does Bonner have up his sleeve? Will he continue to outsmart the Zyver, or will they finally catch him? The tension is unbearable, and the fate of the human soldier is now hanging by a thread. With each move Bonner makes, the Zyver's confidence slips. They may have planned for everything, but they never expected this kind of fight. And as the arena's walls close in around him, the stakes get even higher, changing the game. At first, the aliens were confident. They believed that their superior technology and massive arsenal would easily subdue Bonner, the human soldier. They watched from their hidden control room as he struggled to survive the arena's traps, certain that he would eventually succumb to their powerful creations. But Bonner wasn't like the other prey they'd hunted before. With each passing moment, he adapted to the challenges, outsmarting the deadly creatures and the AI-controlled weapons they sent after him. Bonner's survival was starting to frustrate them. The AI system that controlled the arena, once flawless, began to show signs of malfunctioning. At first it was small glitches, slightly delayed responses in the drones, misfiring weapons, and creatures appearing in the wrong areas. But as Bonner continued to outwit their traps, the system grew more chaotic. The Zyver, watching in disbelief, began to panic. "This should not be happening," one of the commanders muttered. "The system is failing. We must fix it immediately." The tension in their control room was palpable as Bonner seemed to be gaining the upper hand, even in their high-tech arena. The aliens had built this place to be the ultimate test, but Bonner had turned their carefully designed game into his own. Bonner's ability to disrupt the arena's technology wasn't by chance. With each trial, he had studied the environment, learned its weaknesses, and found ways to hack into their systems. He disabled drones, scrambled communications, and used the alien tech against them. The aliens underestimated him, and now they were starting to realize that they were dealing with a much more dangerous opponent than they had anticipated. The human spirit, frustration turned to rage as the Zyver leaders realized that Bonner wasn't breaking down as they had planned. They had sent in robots, ferocious beasts, and weapons that could obliterate entire armies. But Bonner, using his resourcefulness and will to survive, had found ways to either evade or neutralize every threat. In their minds, it was no longer just a game, it was an embarrassing defeat in the making. The aliens' arrogance was fading fast. Their leader, a towering figure made of shifting, metallic components, a living AI who commanded the Zyver forces, watched the situation unfold with increasing irritation. "We will not allow this human to defeat us. He must die," the AI declared, its voice cold and calculating. The leader ordered the creation of more powerful weapons and even deadlier creatures. They were no longer willing to just play with Bonner. They wanted him eliminated. The aliens brought in their deadliest creations, massive, armored war machines capable of leveling entire cities. These creatures were equipped with energy shields, plasma weapons, and sensors designed to track any movement. They were the ultimate hunters, bred for one purpose: to kill. The aliens assumed that with these new weapons, Bonner would finally meet his end. But once again, Bonner surprised them. He had been preparing for this moment. Instead of running from the massive creatures, he used his knowledge of the arena's layout to his advantage. Bonner had studied every inch of the environment, learning the terrain's secrets, and now he was using it to outwit the most advanced technology the aliens could throw at him. He lured one of the war machines into a narrow canyon, where its massive size made it vulnerable. Bonner used the walls to his advantage, sending rocks and debris tumbling down to trap the machine in a narrow pass. The machine roared in frustration, unable to escape, while Bonner dashed across the battlefield, evading the others. He was still alive, still one step ahead. And once again, the aliens were left wondering how they could possibly defeat him. An emotional bond. As the battles continued, Bonner found something unexpected in the middle of the arena's chaos. Amid the heart-pounding fights and brutal trials, Bonner began to form an unlikely bond with one of the arena's most unusual inhabitants, an alien slave. This being, a quiet, unassuming figure, had been forced into servitude by the Zyver, performing menial tasks for them as they watched over the arena. It wasn't much of a life, just an existence of obedience and fear. At first, Bonner had noticed the alien slave only in passing, a shadow in the background. But as the trials wore on, the slave began to notice him as well. One day, after Bonner had narrowly escaped another near-fatal encounter, the alien slave approached him in secret, leaving a small device hidden in the rocks for him to find. Bonner was wary at first, unsure of the slave's intentions. But the device was useful, an old-fashioned tool that allowed him to disable a portion of the arena's security system. In time, the slave began to help Bonner more directly, slipping him supplies when the Zyver weren't watching and providing him with valuable information about the arena's weaknesses. The slave had seen the Zyver's cruelty up close and had been silently suffering under their control. Something about Bonner's persistence and refusal to give up sparked a change in the slave, a feeling of hope. This wasn't just about survival anymore, it was about resisting the tyranny of the Zyver. Bonner had become more than just an adversary to the aliens, he had become a symbol of defiance, and the alien slave felt that perhaps, for the first time, there was a chance for freedom. Their secret alliance grew over time. The alien slave, once hesitant, started to feel a sense of camaraderie with Bonner. Despite the vast technological differences between them, the human soldier and the alien slave shared something that transcended all that, the desire for survival, the drive for freedom, and the belief that even in a world dominated by overwhelming technology, compassion still had a place. This bond between Bonner and the slave was pivotal. It showed that even in the harshest, most oppressive environments, there was room for kindness and understanding. It was a reminder that despite the alien's superior technology, the human spirit was a force they couldn't predict or control. And as Bonner's bond with the alien grew, so did his resolve to break free from the Zyver's cruel game. The emotional connection between Bonner and the alien slave deepened the stakes of the story. It wasn't just about survival now, it was about fighting for something greater, fighting against the Zyver, not only for himself but for the slave and countless others who suffered under their rule. The suspense continued to build as Bonner's resourcefulness, the alien's growing frustration, and his deepening bond with the alien slave created a powerful narrative of resistance, hope, and survival. The stakes were higher than ever, and the question remained, could Bonner continue to outsmart the Zyver, or would the alien hunters finally catch him in their web? Escalating tension, the game has changed. Bonner, once the hunted prey in this alien-made arena, has now become the hunter. What began as a desperate struggle for survival has turned into a battle of wits and willpower between him and his alien captors. The Zyver, the technologically superior species, had once considered Bonner to be an easy target, a mere human who would collapse under the weight of their overwhelming force. But now, the situation is different. Bonner has continuously outsmarted them, defied their deadly traps, and broken their technological strongholds, leaving the Zyver in a state of confusion and growing desperation. The AI system that controls the arena, once confident in its ability to handle any situation, has started to see Bonner not as prey, but as a threat. The leader of the Zyver, an AI that is designed for combat and strategy, begins to acknowledge Bonner's resilience. It's no longer just about the game, it's about maintaining control. The AI's primary objective has shifted from simply defeating Bonner to ensuring its own survival. The stakes are now personal, as the AI sees Bonner as an enemy who can no longer be ignored or underestimated. The alien hunters, too, are growing more anxious. They have seen their prey escape their clutches again and again. They have watched as their advanced technology has failed to stop him. There is fear in the air now, and the Zyver must do whatever it takes to eliminate Bonner before the situation slips further out of their control. Orbital bombardment. In a desperate attempt to end the game once and for all, the Zyver decide to bring in their most powerful weapon, an orbital bombardment. Their advanced technology allows them to launch devastating strikes from orbit, targeting the arena with pinpoint accuracy. With the press of a button, the Zyver launch a barrage of high-powered missiles toward the arena's walls. These weapons have the capability to destroy entire cities in a matter of seconds. It's a bold move, a final strike meant to wipe out Bonner and end the game in their favor. The countdown begins, and the tension reaches a fever pitch. Bonner is far from safe. The sky above him flickers as the alien weapons lock onto the arena, and a series of ominous sounds fill the air. The very ground beneath him trembles as the first of the missiles begins to descend. The aliens' confidence is evident in their calculated approach, but they've underestimated Bonner's resourcefulness once again. Bonner, realizing the danger, knows he doesn't have much time. The countdown is nearing its end, and the missiles are already on their way. But rather than panicking, he springs into action. His training and experience kick in. He knows he has one shot at stopping the bombardment, and he doesn't plan to waste it. Bonner races toward the command center of the arena, where the Zyver's weapon systems are controlled. With the cloaking device he'd borrowed from the alien slave, he's able to move undetected, avoiding the patrols of robotic guards that block his path. The seconds are slipping away, but Bonner doesn't falter. He knows that this is the only chance he has to survive and escape. As the countdown nears its final moments, Bonner reaches the control center, sneaking past the high-tech defenses. Inside, Bonner sees the central control panel, where the orbital weapons are programmed. With a quick, focused move, he disables the system, sending the missiles off course just in time. The countdown stops. The Zyver watch in stunned silence as their carefully calculated strike fails. Bonner has once again outwitted them, using their own technology against them. The aliens are furious, but they are also forced to confront the reality of what Bonner has become, a dangerous adversary they can no longer ignore. The ultimate test, with the orbital bombardment thwarted and the arena now in chaos, the final confrontation is set. The alien leader, an advanced sentient AI, steps forward to face Bonner. This AI is unlike anything Bonner has encountered so far. It is not just a machine, it is a being of immense power, designed specifically for combat and control. Its metallic form shifts and changes, adapting to the environment and responding with deadly precision. It is faster, smarter, and stronger than any of the creatures Bonner has faced. The Zyver leader is the culmination of their technological advancements, a being created with the sole purpose of destroying anyone who challenges them. It is cold, calculating, and relentless. The fight between Bonner and this AI will be nothing short of a battle for survival. As the two face each other, the tension is unbearable. The alien leader towers over Bonner, its eyes glowing with a cold, calculating light. The arena, once a place of games and mockery, is now the battleground for a life-or-death struggle. Every move Bonner makes is critical. If he fails, it's over. The battle begins with a burst of energy as the alien AI launches a flurry of high-speed attacks. The arena shakes with each strike. Bonner is forced to move quickly, dodging the AI's rapid movements. The alien is efficient, deadly, and Bonner is barely able to keep up. The stakes are higher than ever before, and Bonner knows that one mistake could cost him everything. But Bonner is not just fighting for his own survival. He's fighting for freedom, for the alien slave who has helped him, for the countless others oppressed by the Zyver, and for the human spirit that refuses to be crushed by overwhelming odds. His emotional drive pushes him forward. Even though his body is battered, his mind is sharp, and his will is unwavering. The fight is brutal. Bonner uses everything he has learned throughout the game, his military training, his ingenuity, and his survival instincts. He tricks the AI into overcommitting to an attack, using the environment to his advantage. As the alien leader makes its move, Bonner counters with a precise strike, damaging the AI's core. The moment is cinematic, fast-paced, and full of high-stakes action as Bonner fights for his life. The final blow is close, but the alien leader is not done yet. With a final surge of energy, the AI charges Bonner, aiming to finish him off once and for all. But Bonner's instincts are sharp, and with one last desperate move, he manages to disable the AI completely. The alien leader collapses, its systems shutting down one by one. As the dust settles and Bonner stands victorious, the arena falls silent. The Zyver, who once thought of him as a mere plaything, now face the reality of their defeat. Bonner has won the ultimate test. The suspense has reached its peak, and the tides of the battle have irrevocably shifted. Bonner, against all odds, has proven that even in the face of overwhelming technology, the human spirit can prevail. The betrayal. The once proud alien leaders are starting to realize the terrifying truth: their plans are unraveling. With every move Bonner makes, he chips away at the carefully constructed empire they've built. What was supposed to be a game, a simple hunt, has become an all-out war. Bonner's victories, once seen as flukes, have turned into something far more dangerous, a symbol of human resilience, intelligence, and ingenuity. The alien hunters, who had been so confident in their superior technology, now face a constant string of humiliating defeats. As Bonner continues to outsmart their traps and evade their most lethal attacks, the remaining hunters grow increasingly desperate. They had believed they were the superior species, that their technology would be enough to crush any adversary. But Bonner's success has pushed them to their limits, forcing them to make mistakes. Their overconfidence has blinded them to the reality of the situation. They are no longer in control. Every time they send a new weapon or creature to kill him, Bonner finds a way to turn it against them. The alien leaders, watching this unfold, begin to panic. Their pride and arrogance were supposed to be their strength, but now, it's their greatest weakness. They can't believe what's happening. Their perfect game is slipping away, and the hunter has become the hunted. In their desperation, they start making rash decisions, throwing everything they have at Bonner without thinking about the consequences. Their once precise, strategic operations now appear disjointed and chaotic, a clear sign that they are losing control. Bonner's persistence is causing their downfall. He has turned their overconfidence into a trap, and now, they are falling into it, one mistake at a time. AI supremacy cracks. The foundation of the alien empire, its AI-controlled system, begins to crumble under the pressure. The AI that governs the Zyver's entire military might has always been the driving force behind their success. This AI is no mere program, it is a sentient being, capable of making real-time decisions and controlling armies of robots, drones, and alien beasts. For centuries, it has ensured the Zyver's dominance over countless species, including humanity. But now, this once infallible system is showing signs of failure. The more Bonner sabotages the alien infrastructure, the more the AI's control weakens. At first, it was small glitches, a few robots going off course, a misfired missile, or a creature wandering into the wrong arena section. But these glitches are growing. The AI is losing its grip on its creations, and the once unified army of hunters is starting to fracture. Bonner's ability to manipulate their own technology has turned their strength into their greatest vulnerability. Bonner's military ingenuity plays a crucial role in this unraveling. As he continues to disable the alien systems, he scavenges parts and steals alien technology, turning it against them. He learns how to hack into the AI's subroutines and use its own weapons to destroy its infrastructure. He plants explosive devices in critical areas, causing catastrophic malfunctions in the AI's central systems. The alien empire, once unstoppable, is now falling apart, one corrupted system at a time. In a final, desperate attempt to restore order, the AI tries to override its own programming, but it's too late. Bonner's relentless attacks on its weak points have caused a chain reaction. The AI's control center begins to collapse, and with it, the Zyver's control over their empire. The once mighty AI, the symbol of Zyver supremacy, is now nothing more than a malfunctioning machine, incapable of stopping Bonner's advance. The cracks in AI supremacy are now wide open, and the alien empire is on the brink of collapse. Climactic action, the final battle begins. Bonner has fought his way through the arena, defeated the alien leader, and sabotaged the AI's control system. But the fight is far from over. The remaining Zyver hunters, desperate to hold on to their power, send wave after wave of robotic soldiers and alien beasts to stop him. They are throwing everything they have left at Bonner, but it's clear that their strength is fading. The last-ditch efforts to defend their empire are frantic, but disorganized. Bonner, fueled by his will to survive and his desire to free the alien slave who helped him, faces each new threat with unwavering determination. In this fast-paced sequence, Bonner fights off wave after wave of enemies. The once pristine arena is now a battleground filled with explosions, falling debris, and the sounds of chaos. Bonner's movements are swift and precise as he takes on the remaining alien forces, using his stolen alien tech and military tactics to his advantage. The battle is intense, the stakes are higher than ever, and the audience is on the edge of their seats. Bonner uses his surroundings to his advantage, ducking behind rubble and setting traps to take down the larger robotic soldiers. His use of cloaking devices and alien technology allows him to outmaneuver the relentless hunters. He fights with a combination of brute strength and clever strategy, and it's clear that he is a force to be reckoned with. The destruction of the alien infrastructure is visualized in stunning detail. Explosions rock the arena as the remaining structures begin to collapse, sending clouds of smoke and debris into the air. The once imposing alien technology now crumbles beneath Bonner's relentless assault. The robotic soldiers that were once so deadly are now nothing more than malfunctioning machines, easy to take down. Bonner's final stand is an epic showdown. He faces the last of the alien beasts, a massive creature designed for combat, and with a well-placed shot from a stolen alien weapon, he brings it down. The beast collapses in a heap of sparks and mechanical failure. The alien infrastructure around him is falling apart, and the remaining hunters are retreating in panic. The once mighty Zyver, who thought they could control everything, are now in full retreat, their empire in ruins. The cinematic action reaches its peak as the arena continues to crumble. Bonner stands victorious amidst the destruction, his victory symbolized by the fall of the alien empire. His fight, once a desperate struggle for survival, has turned into a symbol of humanity's resilience and ability to overcome impossible odds. As the dust settles, the Zyver are no longer the hunters, they are the prey, and the tables have finally turned. Freedom. After the chaos and destruction of the arena, Bonner's fight is far from over. Now, with the help of the alien slave who secretly aided him, his main goal is clear: escape. The alien empire's vast network of traps and surveillance systems are still in place, but Bonner is ready for whatever they throw at him. The alien hunter drones and automated weapons are relentless in their pursuit, but Bonner's resourcefulness knows no bounds. With his stolen alien tech and sharp military instincts, he begins navigating through the ruins of the alien structures, using the remnants of their broken infrastructure as cover. The arena, once a controlled environment, has now become a battlefield, and Bonner knows how to turn this chaotic terrain to his advantage. Every step he takes feels like a calculated move in a deadly game, with his enemies closing in on him. As Bonner races through corridors and battles waves of alien forces, the alien slave remains at his side, guiding him through the labyrinth of traps. The chase becomes a heart-pounding sequence of near misses, where Bonner narrowly escapes the deadly reach of alien drones, who are determined to bring him back. But Bonner's quick thinking and relentless drive give him the edge, and each trap the aliens set only becomes another opportunity for him to outwit them. The tension is high, and with every passing moment, Bonner's escape seems more impossible, but his determination makes it clear that he's not going to stop until he's free. The adrenaline in this chase keeps the audience hooked, making them feel like they are right there with Bonner, evading the aliens and fighting for survival. Victory over AI. Once Bonner reaches the outer edge of the arena, he manages to access a secure communication link to the alien AI network. This is where he strikes his final blow to their empire. In a bold move, he hijacks the communication system and broadcasts a message across the galaxy. The message is simple, yet powerful, loud and clear to every planet under alien control: humans are not prey. The aliens are the real mistake. This is the moment where Bonner not only survives but also sends a shockwave across the galaxy. The entire alien empire, whose AI had once ruled with ruthless precision, now faces a rebellion. Bonner's words are like a spark in dry tinder, lighting the fire of rebellion in the hearts of all those oppressed by the Zyver. The message resonates beyond just Bonner's escape, it inspires a movement that will shake the very foundations of the alien empire. The aliens had treated humans like animals, hunted them for sport, and considered them weak. But now, Bonner's victory proves something far more profound. Humanity's strength isn't just in its physical abilities, it's in its spirit, its will to fight against all odds. The AI's control, once thought unbreakable, is now questioned by billions across the galaxy. This pivotal moment is both a personal victory for Bonner and a symbolic turning point for humanity. The broadcast ends, and Bonner, breathing a sigh of relief, knows that his message will ripple across the galaxy. It's not just about him anymore, it's about humanity's future. The victory over AI supremacy, against all odds, is a victory for all those oppressed by the aliens. For Bonner, it's the moment he proves to the universe that humans are no longer a species to be underestimated or hunted. Emotional farewell. As Bonner reaches the final step in his escape, he faces one last heartbreaking moment. The alien slave who helped him, someone who has risked everything to aid him in this fight, chooses to stay behind. Though Bonner has secured his own escape, the slave understands the weight of the moment. The galaxy is about to be set on fire with rebellion, and the alien empire will surely retaliate. The slave, knowing their own role in the coming revolution, cannot leave. They are determined to stay and help spark the fire of resistance, knowing that the battle for freedom is far from over. Bonner tries to convince the slave to come with him, but the slave's decision is firm. They know that if they leave now, the rebellion will lose its chance to grow. The sacrifice is clear, the slave must stay behind to help lead the rebellion, to act as the catalyst that will unite others in their fight against the Zyver. The farewell is emotional, filled with unsaid words and quiet understanding. There is a sense of deep connection between Bonner and the alien slave, built on mutual respect and shared struggle. Bonner knows that the galaxy will change because of their efforts, and the sacrifice of his companion will not be forgotten. As they part ways, there's a silent promise that the fight will continue, and Bonner's message will inspire millions to rise against the Zyver. The emotional weight of this moment adds depth to the story, showing that this isn't just a victory over the aliens, it's the beginning of something much bigger. Humanity's fight for survival and freedom has ignited a rebellion, and it's clear that the journey ahead will be long and hard. But the message is clear, the war isn't over. Bonner's escape, and the slave's sacrifice, are the sparks that will light the flames of resistance across the galaxy. The scene ends on a bittersweet note, with Bonner looking back one last time at the alien slave, knowing that the future of the galaxy now lies in the hands of those who will continue the fight. The suspense lingers, and the audience is left wondering what will happen next, knowing that the battle for freedom is far from over. The galaxy's awakening, Bonner's victory over the alien empire reverberates throughout the galaxy, spreading like wildfire. His defiant message, "Humans are not prey. The aliens are the real mistake," has sparked a rebellion that no one saw coming. The once feared Zyver Empire, built on the domination of countless species, now finds itself facing an uprising from every corner of the galaxy. The Zyver had long believed they were untouchable, but Bonner's actions have shattered that illusion. Other species who had been oppressed, hunted, or enslaved by the Zyver are now rising up in droves. From distant planets that had once been silenced under the Zyver's rule, voices are now demanding their freedom. These species, emboldened by Bonner's courage and defiance, are joining forces with humans, determined to bring an end to their alien oppressors. It is no longer just a fight for survival, it is a fight for freedom, for a chance at a future free from tyranny. Bonner's escape and the message he broadcasted are symbols of resistance. A new hope has been born. The galaxy, once dark and controlled by an empire of machines and ruthless aliens, is waking up to the possibilities of a future where they are no longer subjugated. The Zyver's AI, once a symbol of supreme control, is now losing its grip. Its control systems are being hacked, its fleets are being crippled, and its once feared warriors are being hunted down. As the news of the revolt spreads, every planet under Zyver control begins to fight back. Local militias, independent fighters, and even former alien slaves join the cause, all united by the desire to be free. This collective uprising is not only taking down the Empire, it is rebuilding the galaxy, one planet at a time. The final showdown, the final battle takes place at the heart of the Zyver Empire, in the ruins of their once imposing capital. The human fleet, now united with their newfound allies from across the galaxy, arrives just in time to witness the fall of the alien empire. Bonner, now a symbol of hope and resistance, leads the charge with his fellow soldiers. The human fleet, though not equipped with the same advanced technology as the Zyver, is a force to be reckoned with. Their determination, unity, and courage have made them a formidable adversary. The battle is fierce, with explosive dogfights between human ships and alien warcraft, laser blasts lighting up the sky. Despite being outgunned and outnumbered, the humans fight with everything they have. They are no longer the helpless prey, they are warriors, fighting for the future of their people and the galaxy. Bonner stands at the forefront of the battle, his mind focused on one thing, seeing this through to the end. The Zyver forces, already on the brink of collapse, are finally pushed back. As the final blows are dealt to the alien strongholds, Bonner watches as the once unimaginable becomes reality. The Zyver Empire, a behemoth of tyranny and oppression, falls before the united forces of those it sought to control. For Bonner, this moment is bittersweet. It's the culmination of all the battles, all the sacrifices, and all the pain that has led to this point. But it's also the beginning of something new. Standing amidst the ruins of the alien empire, Bonner reflects on how far humanity has come. Once, humans were considered weak, inferior, and destined to be prey. But now, they have proven that they are more than just survivors, they are fighters, capable of changing the fate of an entire galaxy. Despite their lack of advanced technology, humans have used their greatest strengths, courage, unity, and resilience, to overcome the odds. Bonner, once a simple soldier, has now become a hero, and his story will be told across the stars for generations to come. Hope for the future, with the alien empire in ruins and their forces scattered, the galaxy enters a new era. The story ends on a hopeful note, showing that humans, no matter how small or seemingly weak, have the power to fight against the darkest forces in the universe. The victory over the Zyver marks the beginning of a new chapter, one where humanity leads the charge for freedom and justice across the stars. The human race, once on the brink of extinction, now stands as a symbol of hope. Bonner's actions have sparked a fire that will not be easily extinguished. The galaxy is no longer a place of fear, ruled by an empire of machines and aliens. It is a place where all species can coexist, where oppression has been overthrown, and where the fight for freedom will continue, with humanity at the forefront. Bonner's journey has taught the galaxy a powerful lesson: strength does not come from advanced technology or sheer numbers. It comes from the will to stand up against the impossible, to keep fighting even when the odds are stacked against you. The humans, once considered prey, have now become the protectors of the galaxy. They have proven that no force, no matter how great, can suppress the power of the human spirit. As the final scenes unfold, Bonner stands alongside his allies, looking out at the horizon. There is still much work to be done, and many battles left to fight. But for the first time in a long while, the galaxy feels different. The dark cloud of the Zyver Empire is gone, replaced by a new dawn of hope and possibility. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: humanity has emerged victorious, and it will continue to fight for freedom, justice, and peace across the stars. The story closes with the image of a new day rising over a liberated galaxy. The fight is far from over, but Bonner and the human race are ready. The new era has begun, and humanity is leading the charge. The message is clear: no matter the odds, no matter the enemies, the human spirit will always rise, and it will always fight for what is right.